starting a business in a foreign country. That sounds insane. Oh yeah, by the way, Francesca has almost 100,000 followers on TikTok.
How did you get into this space of making videos for commercials?
So I gained 67,000 followers in April from those videos.
How am I supposed to make money? How am I supposed to survive in LA?
So it's all about making it look like you have this like huge thing. Like if you look at my website, you're like, whew, she knows what she's talking about. All my focus was on marketing. How can I get leads? It's either I make this work or I go back home, which I don't want to go back home.
You're listening to Just Fake It Coming to LA podcast. Now here are your hosts, Nora and Marina.
Hi everyone, welcome to Just Fake It
Coming to LA podcast. Here I am, Nora, with Marina today.
Hello.
And we have a beautiful guest from Italy.
Today we have Francesca Perticarini. I said it right.
Perticarini. You have to put some sound in it, some music, because Italian is all about the sound and music.
And basically Francesca is my employer, so please let's not get me fired today. And
I'll try my best. I cannot promise that. Francesca, you know, I have so many stories I have to tell you about Marina.
I mean, Francesca at this point has some stories too.
I know a lot about Marina.
Wow.
Anyway, let's get back to the topic, guys. And Francesca here is our special guest today and a very inspiring person because at her 27 years, she already has her own business, which is great. It's a photo video production, but we're going to get back to it. But before, you promised to tell me the fun story, how you got to Los Angeles.
Yes. Oh, we're jumping right into that.
I think so. How did you end up here? Yeah.
So I originally came to the U.S. 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I moved to Chicago and I was an exchange student. So I was there for only a year. I mean, I was meant to stay for a year and then go back home to finish high school there. But then I decided to just stay in the U.S. So I went back home and then I came back and I finished high school here in Chicago. And then I had to leave because I couldn't stay with my host family at that time. And I also lived in Minnesota in between. So I came to LA and I didn't have a place to stay. I was going to stay with this like producer or acting coach, but he looked a little fishy. So when I got to the house, I called some of my contacts that I knew that they were in LA and I was like, hey, can you come check this out with me? Okay. Her name is Megan Akins. Okay. And she is my host mom now. So we went to see this house where I was supposed to stay. I was gonna do like an unpaid internship just to have a place to stay because obviously I didn't have money. Yeah. So she came to see the place and we decided to just leave and she let me stay at her house. I slept on the couch and then it transitioned from the couch to the air mattress for the following months. And I was just there with them for those couple months. Okay. And till this day, I still live with them. They're still hosting me. And it went back and forth. Like I had my own place. I had like an apartment with roommates. And I decided to just come back and stay with her because I just felt safer. And she's like my family now. I consider her family. So that's pretty much like the story of how I got to LA. And then, so when I came to LA, it was my last year of high school and I had to figure out where to go to college. And I looked down the street. I actually
down the street?
I actually live really close by. So I looked down the street and I'm like, oh, there's CSUN right here, which is California State University in Northridge. So I applied. It was like March and then I got accepted right away because it's just a public school. And then I went to CSUN for like the following 4 years.
Oh, nice. And you studied film, right?
Yes, I studied film.
Nice. So fellow filmmaker here.
I mean, fellow filmmaker, LA brings all these artistic people. And, you know, I had a chance before to check out your Instagram profile and your work profile. And I saw that you've done some pretty big commercials for some cosmetic brands. We'll not name them because they're not sponsoring us yet, just say.
Yeah.
But I've seen your work, and I always, when we look at the commercials, I always think, oh, but how did they, create this commercial? This bottle is just turning with this beautiful lighting and some drops of water there. It's just,
yeah.
you think about it and you think it's so like easy, or you do it somewhere outside. But then when I checked your work profile, I was like, oh, here's the behind the stage. Here's what she does. And you have this like water tanks, and you have this beautiful sparkles around the way you play with the light. How did you even come up with this stuff? Was it after your film school, or did you do this kind of thing before?
Yeah, so I started doing commercial stuff like right after college. So I didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated. It was 2020. It was the year 2020.
The COVID,
The
right?
2020.
It was the year, yeah. So I was just staying at home, and I was taking photos of products. That's the only thing that you could do at that time. So I was doing like product photography just at home, like in the garage, wherever I could find space. I was just taking photos of, skincare stuff, just little things. And then I had to figure out a way to stay in the U.S. because I'm still not a citizen.
Yeah.
So
We're all in
It's
the
hard
same
for
boat.
everybody.
You know.
Yeah. We're all like fighting.
you're not? Well, do you have a green card?
Can I say it on air? I am illegal. No, of course. Yes, I do have. Thankfully, yes, everything is sorted out. But you got to understand, it was also 2020 when I was doing the paperwork and stuff. So I was unemployed because I don't even do photography, right? Marina knows my abilities with camera. They're like equals zero.
No,
So-
I mean, in front of the camera, they're brilliant, but behind.
yeah, behind the camera, I suck. And I know that you girls are brilliant behind the camera, and you can do the work, which I cannot. That's why I was unemployed and you guys still work.
No, but like I had to leave the country also. Like I had to leave because I didn't have visa. There was no way for me to stay. So I left for 3 years, and now I'm back.
And I
But-
stayed, and I was stuck in the country for a few years without, because, it's, anyway, 2020, you didn't sit around, you didn't cry around, didn't apply for unemployment, any paychecks or whatsoever. You just started doing the product videos and making money.
Yes. Well, you can't apply for unemployment because you're not.
You never worked. Yeah.
So you were
You're not a
stuck
citizen.
from all the sides.
Yeah, so they only give you a year after you graduate to kind of figure out what to do with your student visa because obviously it comes to an end after a year. So I decided to get like a business visa. And for that, you have to have your own business and kind of like show the government how you're going to make money and who you're going to employ and like what's your plan for like the following 5 years. So that's pretty much what I did. That year, I just prepared my application. Well, I hired a lawyer because I'm not going to do that by myself. So I basically started that business that year, and then I got accepted the following year. So that was like 2022. They gave me 2 years. So they're like, oh, in 2024, you have to reapply for this. So, and I just got approved, and I was telling her like, this is coming up. I need to, I just
That
got
is so
approved
good.
in April. So literally last
Congratulations.
month. Thank you for another 2 years. So as
great.
long as your business grows and as long as you can show them like you're profitable, you're hiring American people, and all of that, then you can stay in the U.S. There is no path to citizenship because it's a non-immigrant visa. So your job here is just to create jobs and also contribute to the economy basically.
So okay, so as somebody who is not from here, starting a business in a foreign country as a foreigner, that sounds insane. Like you have to figure out how everything works.
It is crazy. I mean, I went through a lot of breakdowns. Like I literally like cried my eyes out like every single day. I mean, even like this upcoming application, it was super stressful, and I was just trying to keep it together. But sometimes like I don't have any other options.
Yeah.
It's like it's either I make this work or I go back home, which I don't want to go back home. I feel like I have my life here. I've been here for 10 years. So for me to go back home, it's like, damn, I have to start all over again in Italy, which I don't think this business would be profitable over there at all.
Okay.
Like, I think the money is here. So I'm trying to take the opportunities that are here, and then we'll see where I'm going to be in like 10 years.
Oh, that's crazy. Do you have a goal where you want to be in 10 years?
I don't. I don't know if I'm going to be in LA. Like, who knows? I see this as just, a way to grow my business.
Okay.
But then I don't know if I want to, have a family here. That's a
Okay.
little scary.
It's a little scary.
It's not, LA is not like a normal place.
It's definitely not a normal place.
So
We already covered those topics, Leah, before in our podcasts about the relationship in LA. But I get it. That's lots of people, especially who spend so much time here, they're thinking that for the family purposes, afterwards they can move somewhere else. And with every big city, things like that happen. But the fact that you, being so young and already having your business, working with those brands and just fighting for your business and for your growth every single day in the city of Los Angeles, where this kind of
craziness.
businesses are pretty much everywhere, especially in production.
yeah.
The competition in production world is insane.
Yeah.
That's why every time everybody is like, oh, I want to work and I want to open a production business, or I want to do this and this. I'm like, for this position and for this job, there are tens and hundreds of people who are ready to do the job because they have the skills, because everybody went to film school, right?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
But okay,
competition's
I have a
crazy.
question. So when you started, do you remember your first big client who was like, oh my God, this brand reached out to me and yeah, they were like got you really excited and like,
I don't think you would know the brand. I think I remember. Well, it wasn't like the biggest client, but like when I first started, I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, this is nice. This is nice money.
okay.
It was like a hair brand.
Okay.
They do, Bombay hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a hair brand
Okay.
from
We're
Canada.
just dropping hints to this hair
No,
brand.
no, we should not. We should not. No.
Okay.
Okay. It was a hair brand, and they're from Canada. So for me to like work with someone from abroad, they're
Yeah, yeah.
neighbors, but it was still like a pretty good deal. And
That's cool.
yeah, like I hired the models for this shoe, so I kind of did everything, and I did their product photos, the lifestyle. So it was like a pretty big project that I was, happy with.
Okay.
I have a question about, everybody always thinking that some industries, for example, this kind of jobs, as we said before and mentioned before, that we don't have a kind of set income coming in, let's say.
Oh yeah, no.
Unstable. So for you, especially when you own the business and then you hire people, so you're also responsible for paying them out. So when she's like, you look terrified. So when it comes to putting the price tag for your services, for the product you make, in the beginning, did you feel like kind of like imposter syndrome that your work does not deserve a certain amount of money? And how did you grow the price tag for your services? Because I'm pretty sure from the day you started and now, it's drastic difference.
Oh, I've seen what people were getting paid. I did my market research and I was like, wait a minute. Like, I can make way more money than what I'm charging. And what you said, like, the cost of having a business and, like, having employees and now a place is a lot. So I need to price my services accordingly. So that's where you set a minimum. You're like, I'm not going to take any project below this amount. And also, it just helps with the type of clients that you attract. Like, as soon as I raised my prices, like my client network completely changed. Like I had better clients. It was easier to work with them. They were not as demanding. And I'm like, if I can charge as much and not have so much trouble with the client, I'd rather stay at this price range. Like even now, I would love to work with small businesses, but it's just, there's not, it's hard, because they demand a lot and they don't have,
The funds.
Yeah, so I try to, I price myself for businesses that have been around for many years and have a marketing budget and have, they generate 6 to 7 figures a year at least. So if it's a small business, then we're not going to work together.
No, it's understandable because you are also a business owner.
Yeah, and I don't
no
think
hard
they understand
feelings.
that, but I'm like, this is how it is.
Yeah.
No hard
But
feelings,
do
yeah.
you have a dream brand that you want to like create ad for?
Well, all of my dream brands are at Sephora and
Okay.
Ulta. So the
Okay.
fact that we worked with
Yeah.
that brand, they're at the Ulta, they're everywhere, Target. So that was like one of my dream brands. And I'm still like working with them and trying to finish this video. we can't say the brands, but any brand that it's at Sephora and Ulta is like my ultimate goal.
Okay, so you're focusing more on the beauty products. You don't want to do like, I don't know. I know there was a client recently you told me about it. They reached out. It's a sex toys brand, and
I think that's gonna be fun to shoot.
Yeah,
fun.
well, you got too excited.
I got excited. I was like, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be fun.
Marina, that's your business niche for your production. Do you know how much money there is in this industry?
Yeah, I think they have the money. I mean, if,
They have the funds.
you know, if the
Yeah.
budget aligns, why not?
Yeah.
I want to work with other brands. I mean, other niches too.
Yeah.
I don't just do beauty. Like we literally, what did we do? Like
Beef jerky.
I was talking to like a company that does swings.
Okay.
It's like it's so random. Like the companies that hit me up, they don't just hit me up for beauty work.
Okay.
It's a little bit of everything, but I like to do clothing too.
Okay.
I think it's simpler when you do clothing because they'll send me the products, we shoot them in one day, and it's done. You know.
Yeah.
With beauty, there's more like a revision process. Like they look at the photos, they're like, oh, can we do this different? So it just takes longer. So if I can get more clothing brands, that's even better.
Okay.
You know, it's quick, it's simple, and yeah.
What is the weirdest thing you ever had to shoot? Like the weirdest client.
Let's think.
Let's think.
Well, you were probably there.
I'm there for 6 months now. I think I did. It was my anniversary recently.
Yes.
For 6 months. Yeah.
Thank you for not leaving me. Although you're gonna leave me in a month.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
She'll be back.
Anyway,
I mean,
well,
I guess like my Amazon seller.
okay. Amazon. Okay, we had to do the shoot for underwear,
Yes, it's like
but it's like not sexy underwear. It's just
Yeah.
underwear.
it's not like the cutest
Yeah.
underwear. So it's like
It's just
when I hire the model, I'm like, this is what we're gonna work with today.
So we're talking about the everyday for normal working people kind of underwear comparing to the you know, when people say underwear and
Yeah.
people like try to create commercials about them, right? All we imagine is this Victoria's Secret or, you know,
Kinda,
again,
yeah.
provocateur, like all this like nice, beautiful,
Yeah.
sexy stuff. But in fact, what do we wear every single day? Everyone, think about it. What kind of underwear we wear?
I mean, I wear sports underwear. I'll just be honest. I love sports underwear.
She's just going to give it away. But yeah, I mean, it's everyday stuff.
Yeah,
It's
true.
normal.
It's not like it wasn't like everyday stuff. It was just like very low quality.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's not the best quality,
but you know, if they they pay money with
yeah,
different
he's a
pictures
great
and
client.
stuff.
I mean, he sends me so many products like every quarter, and it really depends on how his business does. And then we shoot them downtown. We
Yeah.
hire a model. We do like photo and video. That's what we do for that client.
Yeah. What else did we shoot? We shoot card games.
Card games.
That was interesting. I don't know what else. Well, beef jerky.
And every
is
single
kinda
time, I mean, you have a studio, right? And every single time you have to kind of, if it's beef jerky, you cannot do the same concept and use the same tools as you're doing like a foundation or a lipstick, right? It's completely different things. So every time you have to be so creative to come up, not just with the idea of the shoot, but like all the setups you need for creating the commercial.
Yeah, but at the end of the day I mean, if you have the skill, you can apply it to every niche. I don't think, you know, me doing beauty, it doesn't mean that I can't do other like things like food or like supplements. It's the same skill that you apply. Obviously, it takes a little bit longer to like figure out how I want to do this and not make it look like a beauty shoot, but it's totally doable.
I missed the part. I know you went to film school and then did you know photography before that? Because how did you get into this space of making videos for commercials?
Yeah, I didn't learn anything in film school. Okay, let's just put it out there.
Okay, good to know.
My knowledge is just everything is self-taught. Yes,
Okay.
before I did know photography already, so I was already doing shoots when I was like little. I got my first camera when I was in. It was like 2012. I got my first Canon. It was a Canon 450D.
Oh, nice.
And then I just started doing shoots with like my friends. I would just, you know, we would just go to a location and do photos. I would do a lot of Photoshop. So that's what I was focusing at that time, just doing a lot of photo manipulations
Okay.
and like like compositing, all of that. And then I slowly transitioned to product. So it's not that I started photography when I started doing products. I already knew how to do photography.
That's cool. But again, you have to learn something new every time.
Yeah.
Or research.
I mean, it's practice.
Yeah.
Yesterday we completely failed. It was an L. I took the L. It was like, today is just not working out. And I definitely learned from every shoot. A little bit of YouTube, a little bit of TikTok. That's how I get my knowledge in.
Oh yeah. By the way, Francesca has 90, almost 100,000 followers on TikTok, which is
Just a
great.
star.
Just a star.
Oh my God, she's just a star.
I love it. No, but I love how you it's basically the videos of how to. They're the most popular, not the actual videos of the
It's
product.
crazy because I had like an agency. They reached out to me and they were like, "Oh, there's this brand. They sell shoes in store. I'm not gonna say the brand. They're interested in the BTS." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like they want the BTS? They don't really care about the final product, but obviously the product, the TikTok video is the BTS plus the final product.
Yeah.
So it's just it's interesting how they care more about the TikTok video. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not mad.
I mean, I'll do it. Yeah.
Like when we did the beauty shoot for that Ulta brand.
Yeah.
Like I was so concerned about make sure I'm in the video, make sure I'm doing this. Do I look cute?
Okay, question. I ask every creative this question. Do you get nervous when you get like new client, new shoot? Like, do you get nervous before? Like, are you worried, or like exactly what you need to do, just calmly?
I don't get nervous just because the client is not with me. So 90% of my shoots are remote.
Okay.
So the client is not in studio. So I think that just helps me because I know that if I fail, it's okay. I can just breathe away,
Okay.
I think if the client was there, I would be a little bit nervous. Like I've had clients reach out and ask if they can come in studio. And I was like, yeah, sure, you can come. But like, I know that I need to be on top of my game when they come.
Okay. Interesting. Did you have any situations when you like failed completely, then the client wasn't like happy?
I've lost clients. I think that's just part of the business too. It was like a bottle brand. Okay. So I gave them the photos, they didn't like them, and so I did a reshoot because I don't want to have unhappy clients. Of course. I got you. Don't like the photos? That's cool. Let me redo this. There's no additional charge. If it's my mistake, and I feel like they were just done. They didn't gave me the chance to redo it, and it wasn't even like the final photo. Like they just saw the preview. So I don't think they understand that there is some rounds of revisions that need to happen to get the final product. Yeah. And I wish they also communicated their vision, because it was kind of unclear what they wanted, which is typical. But also it's my fault for not researching and really understanding what they wanted for this shoot, which it's fine.
But I feel like it's hard, especially when you do your business and then somebody's like, "Oh, I don't like it." It's how do you keep
take
going?
it personal, because it's your artistic project.
Yeah, I opened that email on a Sunday night and I was like, I went to sleep and I was like, damn, I failed someone today. I felt bad, but then now it's just, I understand it's part of the business, so I don't take it too personal, although obviously it hurts sometimes.
It does, right?
I have a question. So in the beginning, when you were starting, there's so many doubts in your head, oh, but who needs my services? Or there are so many photographers out there. How am I supposed to make money? How am I supposed to survive in LA? I don't have paperwork. I'm an immigrant. I'm by myself. All of that. We went through all of this ourselves. Still going. Still going, to be honest. And were there moments where you had to fake your confidence, even though you didn't have it, to be where you are now?
Of course. I mean, I was basically pretending that I had this whole team. I'm like, of course we can do this. We have a team in LA and we're going to take care of you. We have a studio, a 2,500 square feet studio. That was my story. And
I love
you know,
it.
I'm not going to say, hey, I'm just starting this
In my garage.
in my bedroom. Here, my setup is right here. If I just turn the camera, you're going to see the setup where I take all these photos that you see on the website. So it's all about making it look like you have this like huge thing. Like if you look at my website, you're like, ooh, she knows what she's talking about. So I'm always working on those things because that's the first impression you give your client. You don't... Like your client is not gonna hire you if you know they know that you're just starting this, like it's just you. Then you know they're not gonna be like 100% sure about you. So those are things that you need to do, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for like literally like the past years.
Were there moments? Were there moments when the client called and you're like, oh, hi, yes, this is assistant. Let me give the phone to the boss. And then you're like, oh, hi, hello.
I could never do that. But
well, was there a virtual assistant though when you said, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it back to to my boss?
I mean, I do work a lot with people abroad, so it's not just me, okay? So I would give like the photos to an editor. Like I started working with an editor just to take things off my plate, which helped a lot. So there are other people involved. Like even my website, like I hire people like here and there. So I always like try to get as much help as possible.
That's good. Yeah,
That's
outsourcing, delegating.
Yeah.
Can't do everything on your own.
But I like the idea of like, I was like, because you have to look confident in front of the clients, right? Even though you're like freaking out, you have no idea what to do, but like you have to like just be calm, fake it, just like, my team and me, we're gonna take care of you.
We've done this like last month, same exact product. We can do this, even though it's like my first time shooting, I don't know, clothing, You're not going to be like, it's my first time doing clothing. I don't know if I can do this. It's like, oh yeah, let me, I have some clothing shoots that we've done this past year. That's just
oh my God,
how I've been doing it.
If you think about it, in every single business, everybody expects everybody to be already experienced, but nobody is. We're learning by faking it. In fact, if you tell me that you graduated university and you already knew everything at your first job, I would say that you're bullshitting me. Truly.
Why you never know?
No,
like,
I know.
there's people who are like so confident that like I genuinely believe. Like I'm also like I don't know. Like I'm also very like believable person. Like I believe in all the bullshit. But like if I see a person who's like I'm like super professional, I'm like you are. I believe you.
Well,
like,
because they believe in it. I'm not saying, listen, experience is something like nowadays you have an experience already, years of experience, and now you don't have this fear in front of a new client. You're like, okay, well, I've worked with big dogs, I've seen what's up, and now I'm just doing my job, and I'm gonna grow more and more, and you're not gonna have this whole thing, oh my God, how I'm gonna do this, right? But when we're all starting, we can be overly confident, but then it kind of crashes when you realize that hey, you don't know anything. You need to learn. But in front of the client, when it comes to money, when somebody's paying you money, they want to make sure they're working with the best. They want to make sure they're paying the best, and that's why personal relationships in business. Just business relationship, which I call like just trust relationships, is important because you guys, for example, you work together, you trust each other. You have the client you're going to bring into the company. I have the client I'm going to bring into the company. You need, for example, a talent, you're going to bring me in. Hopefully.
It's just
you see how I'm bringing it? I'm dropping the bomb right there.
Are you pitching yourself?
I'm pitching right now. You see, we're talking about just faking it. I'm just saying.
I love it. No, okay, but something that was interesting to me, we had this conversation and I was like, well, you have your own business. You can basically like just any day you can just turn around and go to the beach and just like not do anything. But I asked you and you were like, no, I do not do that. So we are like incredibly self-organized and like how does it, I understand that it's supposed to be like this, but how do you cope with that?
I think I'm at that stage where I can't have that luxury yet.
Okay.
Of course, yes, I can go to the beach today, but I had calls on calls today, and I had to block my calendar to come here. So it's like I don't really have that much time.
Okay.
And I know like this weekend I'll probably do some work because I know I'm behind on certain things. So
Okay.
I'm still working. I don't have, that freedom yet. But yeah, if I wanted to go to the beach, I just need to plan it ahead.
So you have to like, you can't just turn around.
I
and
can't
like,
just no.
today
I
I'm feeling like it.
I mean, I could. I think I've done it like at the beginning of the year. I was like, I want to go to the
Beginning of
beach.
the year.
I was like, wait, this client really wants the beach the background.
So you made it about work
Yeah,
too.
I did make
Wow.
it. The remember the
Yeah, I
Hawaiian
remember, yeah.
tropics, and I showed you the picture. It looks
Yeah.
stunning, and I was like, oh, I got to go to the beach, but at least I got some work done too. I think it's a little toxic too. Like I need to learn,
Yeah.
to have more balance too, because
Okay.
I know, I need to chill out sometimes and not just think about work.
Yeah, but like, how do you stay on top of yourself all the time?
Well, I feel like if I don't stay on top of like replying to my leads, I'm gonna fall back and they're not gonna hire me.
Okay.
Like I had a client that reached out and I replied to it. Well, it wasn't. I didn't really care about his product because he took forever to answer. So I was
Okay.
like, well, you took forever to answer. I'm gonna take my time too. I was
Okay.
not too interested in the product either. So I replied really late. I replied like a week or two late.
Okay.
Because he was ready to go, and then I was like, "Oh, sorry, I just saw this email," and he ended up hiring someone else, which is fine. I forgot what you were saying.
No, about staying on top of things and just basically not.
Oh, well, I track everything too.
Yeah.
So, for example, if we're talking about like clients, like
Yeah.
the leads that come in, I have like a spreadsheet where I write down like where they're coming from, if they're organic or if they're paid ads, if and how we're like talking, like is it email, is it did we have a call?
Yeah.
And then I put notes, follow-ups if I need to follow up with them. If there's like a quote that I give them, what was the quote? And then what was the revenue from that project? So I literally track every single thing.
That's crazy. And you do everything yourself.
Yeah, and I used to not track, and that's where I would like forget about people, and it's like, this is the only way I can remember clients.
So, can you say that the majority of your work is being brought by connections or ads you put on, or what drives the clientele? Huh?
Okay.
The secret.
The secret sauce.
Okay, the secret attention.
There is no secret sauce, but I do have different sources where they're coming from. I do a lot of Google ads. That's where the good clients come, okay? And then there's social media, which I do TikTok, Instagram, and I'm also on Pinterest. I get a lot of leads from TikTok, but most of them are not qualified. So now if they want to schedule a call, there's like a little checkbox, like, this is my project minimum now if you want to schedule a call. Because I got to a point where people were just hitting me up. They're like, oh, like I'm starting this business and I knew like this was not going to work out and it was just a waste of time. So I had to start being like selective with these type of people. So social media, yes, it's been great, but it's a lot of leads that aren't really qualified. So I'd say most of the leads are coming from Google ads. And then a lot of people find me on Instagram. I think it's just because like they search up like product photographer.
Okay.
And I come up, which is weird because I have like 0 engagement on Instagram, but I've had some leads coming from Instagram. So those are pretty much like my sources. I used to do cold emailing, but I had someone else hit up every single brand that's on Shopify, which is like the platform where you sell a product. So I had like an assistant that would hit them up, and I got, a few clients from there too, but I'm not like a huge fan of like cold emailing anymore.
Okay.
I don't do it. I think it's another way to get clients.
How are you coming up with all these marketing ideas?
I mean,
Like create the questionnaire on your website, so you would have filtered people, potential clients, and then second, like through ads, and third, like you've done the business work, which the person who's starting the business don't know in the beginning, and you learn the hard way because you kept forgetting all the clients and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I focused all of my attention on, was the business side. I was never too worried about what's the latest piece of equipment that I need to buy? And Marina knows, like, I've been scrappy since day one. Like, I barely just got another light.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I bought another light because I was like, it's just, there's no way I can keep working like this. I was just frustrated with myself because that's like how scrappy I was with like equipment and all of that. And with creatives, I feel like they focus too much on that side. Like, oh, let me do this shoot. Like, oh, what light should I get? Oh, let me learn like an editing thing. Where for me, it was all my focus was on marketing. How can I get leads? Period. And then you do your research. Like, you look at what other people are doing that are not necessarily in this business. There's not a lot of like creative agencies that are similar to me. I mean, there are. But not like in LA. So I look at these other people, like how are they successful, and how can I apply that to my business? And I look at other like agencies, and it doesn't have to be like photo or video related. So it could just be like a regular marketing agency. Like, how do they get those leads? So it's research outside of my niche too.
Interesting.
It is interesting because it doesn't matter. You can start any business, but if you don't market it and if you don't see people coming to your page, it doesn't make sense. No matter how good is your product is, they're not going to know.
I believe so, yeah. But speaking about the buying equipment and stuff, I know like I have this problem. I don't know if you have this problem. I'm going to ask you. Like, as a girl, but also as a photographer, right? You have a lot of needs. Like, you need to buy expensive as camera. Like, cameras are like, are like $6,000. Guys, like lights, C-stands. But at the same time, you want a new bag. You want to get your lashes done because you're a girl, right?
So like, talking about lashes now.
Yeah, no, but this is true because like, and this becomes like very like, do I want a bag? Do I want a camera? I want them both, but I like don't have resources. How do you cope with that?
Depend what brings money, bag or a camera.
True. I mean, I never really spent that much money on clothing.
Okay.
I don't have like too many like clothes. Like, I don't get my nails done. Well, besides this time was for the video. This was for the TikTok video.
For the work.
Okay. It was a business write-off. But like, typically I don't spend that money. And then when it comes to equipment, I buy it used.
Okay.
Always. Minus that light, because I really needed that light this week. Okay, that was my first purchase, and I told her like, this is my very first brand new purchase.
Yeah.
To me it is dumb to spend money on something that's brand new.
Okay.
So even like my camera was used, my previous camera, and then I bought the Canon R5 this year, which is extremely late. Like, if you see other businesses, they're already using like the like top notch equipment, and then there's me using like used stuff from like 5 years ago. So I decided to get the R5 this year because I was like, okay, well, this stuff is going on billboards. So this is actually like a good purchase.
Yeah.
And plus, like, I had like issues with my camera too. So my camera was used too. So it was $1,000 off because it was used. I mean, it was still brand new, but I got it from like another person. Lights. My lights are used. Everything is literally used. My lens is used.
Yeah, but basically you prioritize all the business expenses to your personal expenses.
Yes.
Crazy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I mean, and also I like to buy stuff from AliExpress.
Okay, which
just takes
great.
forever.
No, not right now. Like,
no,
right now. Like, I order some like workout stuff. I get my workout clothes like from AliExpress. It literally takes a week.
Cool.
Like, they've advanced. Nice. And then you have like the guaranteed delivery, so when you'll get it by. Otherwise, they'll give you like some type of
discount.
credit. Oh, nice. Yeah, if it doesn't get there by a certain date, then you get like $5.
Okay. What is your dream piece of equipment? I know the camera you want, right? It's
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my dream. Okay, I love that slow-mo camera, the Free Fly. Ooh. She's gorgeous, but she's 5 figures. So maybe not that one. I would like to get a Pro Blends, which is like, it's like, it looks like what does it look like?
I can't tell that.
Whatever you're showing, it can look like anything.
It
like
looks like a tube, basically. A long tube.
A long
right?
tube.
It's a camera?
It's a lens.
It's a lens.
Ah.
So it's like super close, but it's wide. It's like a white lens, but you can get so close to to an object.
Okay. It's like I'll just do this and I will pretend that I
everybody
understood.
has his own kinks, you know, like
I wish I understand, but how much does it cost? Is it expensive?
The problems is 1,600. Yeah,
like,
and
every piece of equipment, every little thing is
it's
so
1,000.
expensive.
Yeah, every single piece of equipment is at least $1,000. Like the light that I got was $1,200, and it was like the lowest.
The light, $1,200.
Yeah, compared to all
you
the
imagine?
other lights from that line, that was like the cheapest one.
Wow.
But but it's cool that you can afford it. But speaking about spending money, I know that at the same time you get a lot of free products sent your way.
I do.
Because of your
Oh,
TikTok
I like that.
subscribers.
I like that better. What kind of products are we talking now? What kind of products? Please give us the full list.
Because brands
In the
are
studio.
Well, brands are sending me products like beauty stuff, like this lip liner that I'm wearing. It was from. Well, we're saying brands. No,
It's okay.
From a lip brand, lip cosmetic brand.
so I got a lot of free makeup. It was like my first PR box was like this big, and it's all like eyeshadows and lip glosses. All of those things. I still want to go through that box. So
Okay.
I want to do something with these products too. And then I got the perfume from Bulgari, which is
I love how you say it, Bulgari.
Bulgari. How do people say it?
I mean, Americans definitely don't say it,
They
Bulgari.
say Bulgari, I think.
Probably, yeah. I got like face masks. I got more makeup products from a different brand. A lot of makeup stuff.
Okay, you already made me jealous. We can
I know.
continue with a different
All the
topic now.
free stuff.
Oh, and then we got the. We're working with a Sweden makeup brand for men.
For
so
men,
this is
men's
my
skincare.
first time working with this type of niche. It's for men, and we opened the products and they
Yeah,
were so
yesterday.
nice. We're like, I want this
Like,
stuff.
we don't have that. It was
She
for
was
men,
ready.
but-
Yeah, she was already claiming products for the husband. She's like, oh, I can get this, and that.
Whatever is free, I'll
No.
take it, even it's for men.
No, but it's not. It's like they have like this concealers for men.
They have
like,
concealers for men.
Concealers for men. And
Well,
like,
men also deserve to look fresh.
no, true. Like a lip scrub.
A
like
lip
what-
balm.
They have lip balms and lip scrubs.
It's like, but it's like all so nice and like manly, but like very sexy packaging. Oh, super good.
No.
Anyway, that's what's the weirdest thing you got like as a PR box?
Sex toys?
No,
No free sex toys.
no, I don't think there's anything weird.
I remember you showed me what was that? That was like piece of some. Oh, it was the. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Not the mouse, but like what do you use for retouch? The board,
Oh, like it's like a tablet
a tablet. Yeah.
to do like your editing.
Yeah.
But that was from TikTok. So if you want to become like an affiliate on TikTok, like a creator,
Oh, yeah.
you can request free products. So if like you make a video, you request a free sample from on TikTok Shop.
Okay.
And sometimes they'll give you like a credit too. So they gave me like $50, but all you have to do is make a video and then you link the product. So if someone buys the product, you get like a small chunk of it. I've done it before, but like my commission was like $1 for the product. I took down the video because I was like, it's just not worth it. I was really like, I love the product anyway, but I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. But there is people that do that for a living too. They just promote one product that has really good commission. It's like $5 to $10.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get a piece of the pie.
But that's cool. It sounds super awesome, like getting all this free stuff. But I know it's like behind that, it's a lot of work because basically you yourself, you manage all your TikTok, Instagram, you do all the video editing, you do all the shoot, you talk with clients, everything by yourself. But like, how does your normal day look like, more or less?
Right now, it's been crazy because I just moved to the warehouse.
Yeah.
So I've been moving for like the past week. So it's been pretty busy, but I try to go to the gym in the morning. And then like at 6. And then I come home and shower and I'm already tired. Well, now I go to the warehouse at like 9, and then I have some. It really depends on how many calls I have that day.
Okay.
They usually clients schedule it in advance, so I already know when I'm gonna have calls next week. So I'm like, okay, next week we can shoot on Monday, which I already told you about Monday, and then we could probably shoot on Wednesday because there's no calls on Wednesday. So those are the days that I kind of block for productions. But I mainly spend like my entire days like on my laptop, just you know, getting projects done and following up with leads and all of that fun stuff.
But okay, so to grow all this following on TikTok, how many videos do you need to post? What do you need to do?
I have a thing
You
for
have
that too.
Okay.
It's on my notes.
Okay.
So in January, I had like 1,000 followers, and
This January.
yeah,
Really?
I can tell you.
So January, February, March, April, in 4 months, 4.5,
yeah.
you earned
We
100,000.
need to hire her for our podcast to do that.
Wow.
To grow. Okay.
I have it here.
Okay.
So, starting followers in January was 779.
So 700 followers.
Not
you
even
started.
1,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
so 3, 6, 9. I posted 12 times that month, and I try to keep the 12 times
Yeah.
Okay.
per month. And also with my business, it's hard to make, 12 videos.
Yeah, 'cause-
So I was doing like photo
Okay.
photo related TikToks. Then February, I had 785 followers. So I got like
20.
literally.
Okay.
And then I posted 12 times again in February. And then here comes March. I gained 1,000 followers.
Okay.
And I posted a little bit more, 3, 6. No, I posted 12 times in March.
Okay.
And then here comes April. Starting followers, it was 12,000 followers. So
Okay.
I gained 11,000. And I think it's because I posted like more video work.
Okay.
And I think that's what really made this switch. It was video and not photo. As much as I would like to do photo, it just doesn't have that impact on people.
Okay.
That's why now, and I started just doing videos. Like every time, every chance I get, I do video. We're doing video
Yeah,
today.
like-
Video. It's been video for the past few months, literally. And then in May, this month, the starting followers was 80,000 followers. So I gained 67,000 followers in April from those videos.
Okay.
So as soon as I saw that the post went viral, I went in and made another video. So it's really important to not lose that momentum.
And just
I
keep-
and then we just redid that. We did the Estee Lauder video, and I was like, I need to post this.
Yeah.
I literally edited it that night that we
Yeah, it's crazy
shot
because
it.
like we shoot it and the next day I already see the ready video on Instagram and I'm like,
It's here.
How?
I also, and then I hired I needed like a specific clip made that I didn't know how to do. So instead of trying to figure out how to make that clip,
Yeah.
I hired someone and
Yeah.
then to make that clip
Yeah.
from abroad because it's not late where they are. It was
yeah,
late
yeah.
where I was. And then I hired the sound design. So it was ready the following day. And that's when I posted it. And I showed it to her
Yeah.
literally, it was 2 days later.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's already done.
it's crazy.
You act fast, and it's good.
I
in
am
business.
fast. Yeah.
I guess you have to be.
I think one of my questions to you would be, well, we've talked about the business a lot, and I can see that you've covered so many things. It's like a one person's job, but you're covering for 10 people, doing your own marketing, doing your own, website and the work. But I wanted to ask more about Los Angeles overall. You're coming from a beautiful country of Italy, and you moved here. And obviously, when you're so young, LA is just so, it's marvelous. You would like to stay here. LA has this charm. And I always tell my friends and everybody who's asking me about LA, relationship with Los Angeles is like this toxic relationship between boyfriend and girlfriend in a good way. It's a love and hate relationship. Like, we love LA. We don't want to leave LA, but LA also has some issues we're also pissed about, like traffic and stuff like that, prices, rental prices, and overall just the hustle mentality where you don't get a breather sometimes. How do you see yourself in LA? How do you see LA for yourself? Do you like it? What do you like about it? And building business here, obviously, we already mentioned that. That's more profitable here for you in your field than you're going to do it in Italy. But as far as I know, Italy, it's this dolce far niente mentality, which
taking a month off
exactly.
in August.
Yes. How do you coming from this mentality of sun-kissed Italian girl coming to LA with this hustle mentality?
I think I just adapted. I lived in Chicago. I lived in the middle of nowhere in Minnesota, and then I lived here. So I seen like the difference between cities. The hustle mentality is pretty much like everywhere. And then taking things, I mean, slowing down, it's a concept. It's a European concept. When my Italian friend, she came here, she's like, I don't think I can do this. I think someone just walking into this reality is going to be pretty much shocked. Because they're like, wait, you don't take lunch? You don't take an hour to just sit down and cook and eat? And I'm like, no, I don't do that anymore because there is a drive-through. And, the concept of drive-throughs is really not popular over there. But I feel like it will be because they are also adapting to all of this like new things like Apple Pay. Like they're probably now just starting to figure out what Apple Pay is. So I think there is a delayed concept too. No, for real, like they use cash over there.
Yeah, nobody uses cash.
Okay, we're laughing. We're being mean right now.
I mean, cash over there. They prefer using cash, and it's like I don't even carry cash here. So it's really about like adapting to this culture. I feel like maybe in 10 years, my friend, maybe she'll get used to this. I'm not saying like this is the preferred way to do things. Like I also miss that lifestyle, but I know I can't have it here because first of all, who's gonna cook for me? I was used to like my parents cooking for me. You know, obviously like it's different when now I have to cook for myself and I have to go source.
Grocery shopping? What are you talking about?
We have Trader Joe's here. That's what I love about LA. I love all of this little stores, like the Trader Joe's and the Whole Foods. For me, it's just like an experience to walk into one of these stores and just look at the weird products. I'm sure you said that on your podcast
about
too.
Erewhon.
Erewhon? Yeah. Well, after Marina showed me Erewhon, I actually went there one more time and I got another smoothie, $20 smoothie. You see, I fell in the trap. Another question for you would be still about LA. You were a young entrepreneur, a businesswoman, I can say with 100% confidence. How do you, I just heard your comment about not creating a family in LA. So I have to get back to that comment and grill you a bit on that. Why do you think it's hard, and what is your view and experience of dating here in LA, being who you are and being a business owner and being a hustler from Italy?
I mean, as far as like having a family here, I don't know if it's like the healthiest environment for them. Like this is not normal life to us, so think that that's not gonna be normal life for them either. And I feel like kids nowadays are just more advanced. Like kids, like 15-year-olds here, they do stuff that 15-year-olds in Italy don't do. For example.
Well, that is true because California has everything. And I mean it, like everything.
It does, but also there are some things that are not, they're not advanced here.
Well, because people think, I believe there is a huge misconception. People think if something is legal, it is safe.
Right.
And I think it's the biggest mistake to think this way because governments legalize certain things because they're trying to bring businesses from the black market and gray areas to pay taxes, right? And they think, yes, it is good, but tobacco, alcohol, let's say cannabis, all of this is legal nowadays, right? But it doesn't mean that it's good for you. That's why I get your point. The 15-year-olds, they see that it's legal. Nobody's going to catch them for this. Then they do this. When comparing to other countries, it's illegal. So they say, oh, it's not a good thing because it's illegal.
Yeah, they're exposed to more things. Therefore, they might do more things. And there's everything here. So everything is at your fingertip.
Okay, so we're going back to Italy for dolce far niente in about 10
yes.
years when we create families.
Probably. I mean, it doesn't sound bad to me. I live in a small town called Civitanova Marche.
Wait, I gotta say it. Civitanova Marche.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful town, probably like 40,000 people.
Okay.
We would just go to the beach all day. That's what we would do in the summer. And obviously things are different now because we're adults too. So
Yeah.
I'm sure my friends are not going to the beach every day.
Or maybe they'll still do.
But yeah, you can just walk to the beach or better bike to the beach. I don't have to like go through traffic to get to the beach. Like here, the concept, like the beach concept here just stresses me out. The fact that I have to drive an hour to get to the beach and then there's the whole parking situation. I'm out. This is why I am white and I self-tan. 'Cause I'm like,
Same. Everywhere I go, they're like, "You're so pale, you never get tan." And my friends actually get spray tans because
Me too.
nobody goes
That's true,
to
yeah.
get a tan here.
Yeah, and
Unless you live close to the beach.
exactly.
You have to drive for an hour, and then the whole idea and excitement is like, nah.
I don't
think
wanna
I'm just
go.
gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay home. I'm just gonna stay home. Oh, you know when I go, when the traffic dies down after 7:30 to 8 p.m.
Well, yeah.
around
There's
9,
no sun
but there is no more
anymore.
sun. I'm like, well, at least I get this like fresh air, ocean air there.
I
But
do that too. Yeah.
yeah, let's be fair.
And I don't feel safe either. So
Yeah.
also that like if I go to Civitanova Marche, I can just go to the beach by myself.
Okay,
just
everybody,
lay there.
The one more time.
Civitanova Marche.
Civitanova Marche is going to become the best touristic spot
The
soon
new
because
trip
you just opened it up for us.
It is pretty touristy. Like there's a lot of like tourists that go there, and there's not much to do, but that's the whole point. Like you just enjoy the culture there. Even the buildings look old.
Yeah.
They were famous. Like one year, I scroll on Reddit and I see these palms, and they put lights on these palms, and the palms look like
Look like what?
they look
Like,
Okay.
And I was like, wait, this looks so familiar. And
LA.
that was my town.
Okay.
And I was like, wait, this looks like the park from
Okay.
Civitanova Marche. And then I'll tell my friend, and
Yeah.
I was like, is this true? Like the town went viral because of the lights on these trees. that-
Okay, can I say the word, because the word is it's normal word. It's penis.
Yes, they look like
I literally said it. It's penis.
All right,
they
now
look
we're
like
saying
giant penises. Look the photo. You have
Now
to
you
put
know.
it here. You have to put it here.
We'll put the photos. Okay, we'll put the photos. Now, Civitanova Marche
Yes.
is the famous town because it looks like a penis.
because it has giant.
Giant, the
During
biggest
Christmas
penises
time. During
Oh my
Christmas
in the
God.
world are in Italy, and during the Christmas time.
So
my
in December, that's where you're gonna go. You're not gonna go to Canada. You're not gonna get any snow. You're just gonna go to Civitanova Marche and look at these lights.
Look at
beautiful.
this huge penises in
my
Civitanova Marche.
All right, to end this beautiful conversation between ladies, us.
About
The last-
Italian lighting system.
Oh my god. All right, Francesca. As a last bit, a piece of advice from you to everybody who starts it in LA, who wants to have business or just to make it work.
We
Just a
want-
small piece of advice from
We
you.
want a small piece of advice, but advice must be as big as those lights in Civitanova Marche.
Oh my goodness.
The advice is not as fun as those lights, okay? But I think you should not expect anything from the work you do today to have results like tomorrow. Everything that I do today, I hope to get results from in a year from now. So just having that long-term mentality and just working every single day for many years, and then you could say, oh, I failed or I made it, because you can't just have a business for 2 years and not have clients and be like, oh, I'm a failure. Like 2 years is not enough time to build a business. And I feel like we're looking at like all of this TikTok success. Oh, you saw that I earned like I gained like 60,000 followers in a month. Like that's crazy. Like that could happen to me, but I put the work in like since 2021. You know,
Yeah.
it was not like an overnight thing.
Yeah, so don't get discouraged. Pretty much,
Yes.
just do your thing.
Keep
If
running.
you believe in it, yeah, just keep.
It's a
doing it.
marathon.
It is a marathon. How many times me and Marina have been in the situation where like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this anymore. This is just, and you know, and
everybody, yeah.
Everybody. And it doesn't matter what you do. It's in every single field. If you think you're going to get like just a free pass on something.
But sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens
It's
overnight.
all about luck too, but you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
It didn't happen for me overnight. Let me tell you that.
It's because you're not doing the stuff like the lights in your city.
I know.
Imagine, you know what actually blows up like in social media? And I mean, you know the algorithms pretty well because you work with TikTok and Instagram a lot. So if you learn those algorithms, you can see that some people are just getting big so quickly and some people are just taking years to do. And the people who are becoming big are usually the people who are not afraid to talk about the lights in the city like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Or
think
show
so
them.
too. Like on TikTok, I don't really care. I just post things because like I don't know anybody that follows me on TikTok. And it's funny because my business one is doing well, but not my personal one.
Okay.
And then on Instagram, I'm like, I don't know if I want to post this. 'Cause I'm like,
Because people know me. I know people. Yeah.
Because people go on social media to kind of like kill time in a way while they're eating in the metro, whatever. I feel like there is not bigger percentage of people who actually go there to learn something. It's more about
Depends.
you know what
do.
the funny videos with dogs and cats. I think
No, but
have
also like
more
you
views.
learn life hacks, what people do, like what Francesca does. She basically does how to, right? So it's people who are like, oh, this is so cool. How did she actually make it? That's why they're watching or like.
Yes, I was surprised too when I saw your page. Anyway, to summarize, it's a great piece of advice. Nothing comes in
Overnight.
a day or overnight, which is fine. And Francesca, we're so happy to have you here. You're such an inspiration, being so young. Oh my God! Stop that! No,
Working.
seriously, such an inspiration. Being so young, making it here in LA. Coming from Italy by yourself, going through this paperwork with visas and creating your business, hiring Marina.
Talented, beautiful people.
the best of the best.
Yes, the best of the best. And just, grinding. That's really admirable. And I am happy to have you here on our Just Fake It podcast. And I think you are the true example of the Just Fake It method here in LA.
It's
How to.
foolproof. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
How to. All right, guys. Thank you for watching Just Fake It.
Yep.
Coming to LA. And
We're sponsored by Invoice Media. Voice your passion. See you next week. Bye.
bye.